morning, Brisbane. So, I figured I'd just do a casual live, see how you guys are going. I apologize if this camera angle sucks. I'm just doing some work on the table at the moment with some light weights. Thought I'd answer your questions. Give you guys a chance to ask me anything you want. When is the Marcus v Sam match scheduled for from Henry Mullet? That one's about probably 2 weeks away, roughly. No permanent date set. Those two guys are just kind of feeling it out. Marcus needed a bit of time for his wrist to recover from Mario, and then as soon as Marcus gives me the green light, Sam is good to go. I'll cover that one. If the states allow it, are you planning on coming to the Vic Comp? Anyone else from Queensland planning on coming? I know Jordan was really keen on coming. I think that he's no longer keen on coming because Brett Coots is out with his knee injury or whatever. Jordan was coming down to hunt Brett. I was considering coming down if Brett was falling as well, because I'd like to face Brett. But with Brett out injured, there's not much point in me traveling down at the moment. Oh man, questions coming in way too quick. I'll have a look. Sam Cheney asks, who's my next big match? My next big match is Mateo Orangi Heta Morris from New Zealand, August 14. I'm going to head over to Auckland and pull him. And he's New Zealand's super heavyweight champ. He's the current Oceanic super heavyweight champ. He's the most successful super heavyweight in the Southern Hemisphere in that respect. He's 160 kilos, and he's never been defeated in New Zealand, and I'm going to be the first one to do it. So, yeah. Hey, guys. 81. That's Stefan Gabriel. All right. This is the question that I was expecting people to ask me. I can see someone's asking. I'm Exotica says, what PEDs are you taking? This is what I was expecting. Oh, hang on. I just dropped my breakfast. It's not really breakfast, but well, it is kind of breakfast. But anyway, guys, I'm going to apologize in advance if I've missed your comments. It's tricky. You guys, they're flying past. But I figured this video was going to be asking me about PEDs, given that's kind of the latest thing that's popped up for me. But so I thought I'd address that in some sense. So yes, I am on PEDs at the moment. But I'm not going to tell you exactly what ones. Trade secrets, competitive edge, whatever you want to call it. The reality is the guys I'm chasing, in the elite sense, and that's really where I want to crack into. I want to crack into that genuine elite level, and I think I'm right on the fringe of that. And I believe taking PEDs was something that is part and parcel with that. I think I think all of the elite guys, in some way, shape, or form, do this. And if you disagree, that's cool. If you agree, fair enough. But that's kind of the decision. That's the adult decision that I've made personally. Now, here's one thing I've disclosed in the past that prior to Zloty, I took some testosterone. Right, it was the first time I'd ever taken an injectable PED in my life, and that was I was like totally unaware of what the hell I was doing. No idea how it was going to affect me or anything. Personally, I didn't feel. I was tracking my 1RMs at the time. I didn't feel that it made any difference at that time to my 1RM numbers. What I did feel was my ability to train regularly increased dramatically. I was like, oh my goodness, I had aggression in the gym, and I had an ability to train heavy every day, and soreness really dropped off. I could go. My relative effort that I could put into the gym was significantly higher each day. But it didn't. My 1RM numbers, interestingly, my 1RM numbers didn't. It didn't actually have a jump up. However, and like I said, that was the very first time. It was prior to Zloty that I took an injectable PED. I had taken prior to that a couple of random SARMs that I just internet researched, whatnot, and it was kind of again clueless, fumbling around, and I'd take a bottle stuff, really not know what to expect to feel, not feel much, and then not spend my money on that again. So that was where I became. That's kind of where I came from. So where I'm at now, guys, is I was at the point where I was not really educated enough, not willing to do anything more really, because I just don't know what the hell's going on. So sorry if my video dropped out. Then I apologize. Bad internet or something. So an expert in the field offered to guide me on it, and I was like, okay, well, in that respect, I'm willing to this person demonstrated enough knowledge to me and enough network and enough experience in the field to make me actually think, okay, no, I'm willing to trust this person, and so that's where we're at. But like I said, I'm not going to tell you what I'm taking. Um, I'm not. I'm not going to tell you anything about what. But yes, I am. And, you guys can see you guys can be interested and I guess excited to see what the progress is going to be. But this time round, there has been a spike in strength. This time round, there absolutely has been a spike in strength. I've been like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now, taking a particular protocol, and my strength is up 10% at least. At least. You saw what I did to Jordan Davis. I've never felt Jordan Davis like that. Oh my goodness. Being able to just simply hold on to Jordan anywhere and not let him do anything was yeah, weird, because Jordan's elite. Let's be honest, Jordan's an elite arm wrestler. He really is. Don't for a second think he's not. He just crushed Mario Tambarkas, and Mario Tambarkas is a bad dude. He's got wins on Dan Mosier, all that sort of stuff. But so strength is definitely up. Now, where we go from here in the months ahead is truly where it gets interesting. It'll be interesting to see where I'm at come Zloty. Hopefully, I'll be able to pull Zloty. I intend to pull Zloty. It's largely going to come down to travel restrictions. Australia is a pain in the ass with our government on travel restrictions, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull Zloty. If I do pull Zloty, I'll pull the 95 kilo class. I woke up this morning. My morning weight this morning was 98.7, naked after having taken a piss. So 95 kilos, yeah, he's good. Bergen's Beer Belly asked me, wasn't Jordan sick? Yeah, Jordan was sick like 2 weeks prior to me pulling with him. Yeah, trust me, Jordan is no weaker right now than he was at any other point. Daniel Lyric comes in with a super chat. You're the man, Daniel Lyric. If he asked me the question, if you sit on your hand for 60 seconds, can you apply the stranger to arm wrestling? What the hell? Hang on, let me read that again. If you sit on your hand for 60 seconds, can you apply the stranger to arm wrestling? Daniel, I have no idea what you're asking me. You're being cryptic and funny, I can see, but I don't get it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Sorry. Yeah. So anyway, that's that question. Someone asked me, Ryan, didn't you already pull Matteo Varangi? I had a 3-3 with Matteo Varangi in 2018, mid 2018 or something like that. So that was in Brisbane, Australia, and when at the time I promised Matteo Varangi I would head to New Zealand for the next one. So I'm going to live up to that promise, and I'll head over to New Zealand, and yeah, we'll face in a 6-round super match, and if it's 3-3 again, we will keep on going until someone leads by 2. Okay, because last time the buckle played a big factor for us. We used the Ferris strap, and yet every time the person had the buckle, they lost. So we don't want that to happen again. Someone asked me what's my wrist size. I haven't got a tape measure with me right here, but 8 3/4 inches around the wrist at the skinniest point. When I extend my fingers, it gets a little skinnier when I do that. When I extend my fingers, it gets bigger. Anyway, 8 3/4 like that. David Pryor says Jordan had the buckle every time. Yeah, Jordan does that. But if you notice David Pryor, it didn't matter if we were in strap or not. I could hold him outside of strap as well. Don't worry, guys. Jordan hasn't got any weaker. Jordan's still a good arm wrestler. It's just that with me on a cycle, on a gear protocol, just too strong for him. Simple as that. What kind of exercises do you do besides arm wrestling specific? None. All I do is arm wrestling specific. Devin Sanganish, Larry, you got a jet. Have fun, man. Take care. I'm watching Rhino. I apologize for eating little pre-bought pikelets. Not pancakes, but pikelets. So, people asking me, is it Leo Longevity helping me out with the protocol? I'm going to keep the person anonymous. So, that's what I'm going to say. Have I incorporated bench press? No. I haven't bench pressed in a long time. One thing, oh my goodness, one thing about being on this protocol right now, my shoulders. I don't know if you guys are aware that my shoulders were a real problem. I haven't felt shoulders this good in a long time. Right now, dead set my shoulders feel so much better than they were just 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, they were agonizing. My left shoulder in particular was such a problem. But now my left shoulder is feeling like 80% healed. My right shoulder feels 95% healed. So very grateful for that, for the shoulder coming good, that's for sure. Barry Rims asked, the gingers have souls. All I know is I want to be the #1 ranked ginger in the world. I got to beat Jerry Caderet for that. So in time. Speaking of Jerry, makes me think of Chance. Sorry. Chance Shaw. Oh, hang on a second. We've got a super chat in, and then I'll get back to Chance. Super chat from Jordan says, how would Lachlan go against Mike Aiello today? Are there plans for a rematch? My honest guess is I think Lachlan would win. The reason I say that is Mike's been at the top of his game for a long time. Mike's been very consistent in the sport for a long time. And when Mike and Lachlan pulled in 2019, Mike was already very established in his system of how he arm wrestles. I don't think Mike's upside since then is as significant as Lachlan's. Lachlan, when he pulled Mike, was still entry level into the sport. What I can say about Lachlan, he's an absolute consummate professional. He takes it very seriously. He understands the science of strength very well, trains meticulously, and is becoming a very talented arm wrestler. So I would give the edge to Lachlan now if they would have a rematch. But thank you for the question there, Jordan. So back to Chance. Chance Shaw and Mike Aiello. It's interesting. We just talked about Mike, but Chance, Mike, Don Underwood, and Jordan Sill are about to pull in the Fatal 4-Way thing on the 10th of July, which is a pretty cool event. It's on arm bets for staking, so if you want to bet on it, you can, which is cool. I did. I'll tell you now, I didn't bet on Chance Shaw. I bet on Mike Aiello to win. A couple of reasons, but first things first, everyone, I'm glad Chance Shaw's on a tear. I like seeing people that I beat go on a tear. And to all the people out there saying that there's no way Ryan Bowen could beat Chance Shaw, oh my goodness. I give you my word, I would be able to beat Chance Shaw again. It's not a difficult code to crack, Chance Shaw. Once I've felt someone's game, I know exactly where their holes are. Chance's got a big back pressure, big pronation. Trying to cut that off and hold on to it's a real hard day. But his wrist sucks, I'll be honest. Chance's wrist sucks. Going high with Chance sucks. Unless he's really fixed that problem, I would exploit that again. I'd simply keep my knuckles higher than him. His wrist would buckle. And if you looked at the way we pulled when we were out of straps, he was dumping and running every time. As the rounds went on, it got worse and worse for him to slip. It got harder for him to slip. I started holding onto his fingers. His wrist sucks. So I think Mike Aiello is going to beat him. And if I had to face Chance Shaw again, I would beat him. Yeah. Brendan Daniels says, laugh out loud, a low hand top roller with a wrist that sucks. Well, it sucks relative to mine, that's for sure. And honestly, people who say I haven't improved as much as Chance. Oh my goodness. Just wait. Rob SC says, sorry Ryan if you've been asked this before, but why are you trying to gain weight? 95 kilos seems perfect for you. Why don't you want to go into the Lachlan territory? I'm just going to get as strong as I can. Constantly, I'm just going to get as strong as I can. And I will always compete in the weight category that is appropriate to that. 95 kilos will be the weight that I compete at as Lottie. I can be walking around at 105, and I'll compete at 95. I'll cut down for that. So this year, if I get to Zloty, it'll definitely be at 95. Even though like I said, I'm 100 kilos right now. 95 kilos will suit me very nicely, and that's where I'll pull. If the WAL calls, it's a little different because the WAL wants me to be 200 pounds, which is 90.8 kilos. So I would be saying to them, no, not that weight. So I would be, if they want me to pull, I would be saying it needs to be 220 pound. You need to find me an opponent that's willing to pull at 220. So I don't know. I don't even know. But WAL, I don't know. We got another super chat from Matt. Tickle my limits, Larrett. You're the man, brother. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, I have my first tournament in August 7th, King of Florida, hopefully amateurs. How long before should I rest? Thanks, Ryan. And at the 161 to 180 pound class. Matt, tickle my limits, Larrett, man. Good luck with that. First tournament is a big moment, man. It's an exciting moment. I remember my first tournament well. Expect everything you have thought about prior to evaporate. As your name gets called up into onto the table, you're going to go up there and you're going to expect to do something, and your opponent's going to have a shape that you weren't experienced with, and you're going to be like, what the hell's going on? And you're going to get derailed real quick. Or you're going to smash people. So the most important thing is to try to be clear of mind. First thing in the performance for your first tournament, be clear of mind. Know what you're going to do. Know what fundamentals you're going to protect. So pick a couple of fundamentals, probably back pressure and knuckles. Protect them. Always look for height. Always look for depth and height together, whilst having a contact where you're confident you can protect your back pressure. Back pressure is going to be the thing that's going to be your insurance policy against all styles. Back pressure is a good insurance policy. So the rest program for me, what I personally do is I stop arm wrestling guys stronger than me about 10 days out. I refuse to be pinned. I refuse to be stretched 10 days out. For me, I'll arm wrestle guys that I am stronger than right up until about 4 days out. As long as I can hold them and comfortably pull them with no stretch happening on my elbow, then we're good. Same thing with 1RMs. I drop my 1RMs off 10 days out. And I start to only do weights like this, which is 15 kilos, just nice and easy weight. Okay, so I will do either arm wrestle people weaker than me, significantly weaker than me, or I'll do 15 kilo reps on all my favorite handles up until 4 days out, and then it's nothing for 4 days, for me personally. But good luck, man. Well done. So, I think Mike Aiello is going to win that. I think Chance will come second. Jordan Still is in good form, but Jordan Still's got a stubborn style that just doesn't go well against Chance Shaw. A few people asked me again, what is my cycle? Okay, you have to go back and watch the start of the video, but I'm not telling you my cycle. I'm keeping that up my sleeve, but I am telling you that yes, I'm on something. Blue, what became of the handle your friend in Perth made? Yeah, that's Kyle Howarth. If you want that handle, you can just just search Kyle Howarth on Facebook. He's got a Facebook page. I don't know the name of it, but it's a good handle. It's a really good handle. Just trying to have a look at your comments, guys. Ryan Bond versus Sylvain Perron, your thoughts? Yeah, that's a match that I would like in the WAL, for instance. Myself against Sylvain would be a good match. I think Sylvain walks around at about my weight. So that'd be awesome. Love it. Oh, we got Big super chat in from Jeremiah Dahl. Jeremiah with $20. He's the man. Thank you. He says, imagine you could change the past, having to do with your arm wrestling career. What would you change or do differently? Hmm. Interesting question there, Jeremiah. Um, it's one of the it's one of the things. Arm wrestling philosophy is one of the things that I spend a lot of time in. I constantly reflect on my journey and how to best improve it, make it more efficient, and give myself the best chance of becoming the elite that I'm aiming for. Um, and so that question is very. I've thought about it a lot, to be honest. When I reflect on my journey, when I started in arm wrestling, there wasn't a lot of resources available to Australian arm wrestling. It was the federation here was very new, and everyone in Australia was a novice. So the first year and a half for me was all about. I spent so much time just trying to work out what the hell the biomechanics of the sport was. I studied the sport by watching YouTube because I had no one to teach me, no one to group up with that knew how to arm wrestle well. There were strong people, but they were terrible arm wrestlers at the time. So I think what I did was I actually don't feel like I would change that if those circumstances were the same. However, when I look at the people that are starting arm wrestling now in my region, they are becoming so good so quickly, and I do believe they've got a great system. I coach a number of people here in Brisbane specifically, and I genuinely believe there will be a time in the future where you're going to see multiple world champions come out of Brisbane in weight categories across different leagues and different disciplines. I expect you to see a number of them. And the reason I think that is the system that we have here in Brisbane is first of all backed up by an amazing culture. The desire and the supportive culture. We have 100 and something people in my Brisbane region that actively arm wrestle every week, and they're all. It's not. There's. How do I describe it? There's not a bad rivalry in anyone. It's a very healthy rivalry between everyone. Everyone helps everyone. Um, there's only a few bad eggs in there where their attitudes are sucky, but the vast majority of people, it's a really supportive network. So um, that is the first thing: is immersing yourself in a culture where you can just get quality table time. Um, I think that what I was really happy with what I did in my early days arm wrestling is something that I would keep most certainly is that I would keep my emphasis on technique over strength. Um, Strength obviously is so vital in this sport, but I think strength is more of an easy thing to develop. I think strength is inevitable. I think strength just comes with patience, time, and consistency. Hard work, obviously, but you don't have to think as much on the strength side of things. You just got to do the work and be consistent. But with the technique side of things, I believe it's an endless rabbit hole. Being better than your opponent at adjustments, being better at your opponent at reading a situation, being better at your opponent at adapting to the circumstances of a super match is really rewarding. And as Devin Larratt will say, the weaker man can win in this sport. I've done it many times. I've been the weaker man, fundamentally the weaker man, on many occasions, and yet I've still won. So I would reinforce that. I would spend more time doing that. Um, I spent my first 4 years based on hand control. I barely invested any time into side pressure in the first 4 years. It wasn't until I lost my super match to Justin Bishop that I realized, oh, hang on, I'm significantly lacking in side pressure. Even though I took control of the hand and wrist in the majority of the rounds, I lost the match 6-0. So it made me realize, okay, I need side pressure. So I started investing in side pressure. And honestly, if I was to start again, I would start with the same goals. I would do all of the fundamentals. I would do what I did. I would focus on technique, focus on hand control. I would get table time daily with quality arm wrestlers, but I would also incorporate side pressure from an early beginning. Um, a lot of people frown on side pressure. They say it's too dangerous and risky, but hey, we're in the big boys club here, and if your goals are to be the world's best, which mine are, then suck it up. So side pressure I would incorporate right from the beginning. That's pretty much the only thing I'd change. But good question, man. Thank you so much for that question. Jeremiah Dahl, really appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you. I think we got another one. Let's have a look. Let me just scroll down. Oh, yep, we do have another one.
from Godzilla Car Reviews. Who's the best in each weight class in Australia? Under 70 kilos, we have Josh Barker. Josh Barker, who you would have seen in the last Supermatch series we had up here on the Gold Coast. I put out a couple of videos with Josh Barker. He's the best under 70 kilos, closely followed by Nick Burnett. Those two guys need to face, but I think Josh Barker is the man at the moment at 70 kilos. At 80 kilos, we have Sam Burnett. Just very drastically took control of that. At 90 kilos, Jordan Davis, without a doubt. At 100 kilos, myself, followed by Brett Coots, followed by Mario Tambakis. Although Mario Tambakis is 110 right now. And in the super heavyweight category, I believe Lachlan Adair is the man. But a good question there. Thank you for the super chat, Godzilla Car Reviews. And we'll get another one from Daniel Urich. Neil sent me a Supernatural Strength t-shirt with my name on the back. What do I got to do for pound? Daniel Urich, you're the man. I'll send you something, man. You just email me your shipping address and I'll send you something. Hit me up. I appreciate all the love all the time. Tony Walker says Brett's number one, I think, Ryan, in 100 kilos. Tony Walker, Brett has never beaten Ryan Scott. Brett has never beaten Matteo Rangi Morris. Brett struggles against anyone with speed. Brett, I think Jordan Davis would crush Brett Coots right now. I think Marcus Atirai would beat Brett Coots right now. Brett doesn't pull enough to warrant saying he's the number 100 kilos. Sorry. No way. No way. I like Brett. In a slow hook, maybe. But I think I could beat Brett in a hook. I don't even think I'd need to be fast to beat Brett. Sorry, Brett is number 2, sorry. Until proven otherwise. And I've, just so you know, I have offered Brett a super match. Asked for Brett. I've asked to have a super match with Brett maybe 4 or 5 occasions. On 4 or 5 occasions, he said yes. And on 4 or 5 occasions, 2 weeks later, he's cancelled it on me. So, no, Brett's not above me. Train to be good everywhere or train your strength, from Josh Hamilton. Talked about this with John Brazang on the last live. I'm a big fan of being strong everywhere. But it is dependent on your biomechanics. If you're a tall, lanky guy, then you're probably better off focusing on your one ace. I'm a mid-range guy. I'm not tall, I'm not short. My elbow to fingertips average length. My hands is an average size. So I have to be prepared to counter everyone in many different ways, and that's kind of what I focused on. That's the John Brzenk approach, and my elbow to fingertip is the same as John's. My wrist to fingertip is the same as John's. So I was very fortunate when I discovered that. I was like, sweet, I will just literally study John on how he counted everyone, and I'll learn from that, given he's the GOAT. So with my biomechanics, I firmly believe that being a jack of all trades is the way to go. Raw Talk says, Ryan, who you got, Espy or Barboza? Are they pulling left or right? If it's left, I'll go Espy. If it's right, I'll go Barboza. Prediction for Marcus v. Sam. Yeah. It's a good one, you know. I think that it's Marcus's match to win. He should win it. But Sam has a phenomenal hand. Sam Burnett's hand. He's really good. Don't underestimate his hand. The one vulnerability Marcus Atirai has is his hand. Marcus suffers from arthritis in his hand. He's always trying to deal with that, and it's difficult for him. And he can be exposed, and if he's exposed, you can disengage him from his power. Undoubtedly, overall, Marcus Atirai is stronger. He's stronger than Lachlan in many respects, but he struggles to connect it all and protect it. Sam's hand is really phenomenal. It's almost as good as mine. Sam's hand is wider than mine. For a lightweight, Sam's got an enormously wide hand, very strong wrist flexion, and very strong pronation combination. So Sam has a chance to disengage Marcus's hand. But look, if that happens, Sam still won't be able to pin Marcus. If he disengages his hand, Marcus still has obscure strength in odd positions. So it'll then come down to patience and whatnot. I think that Sam's going to take a round or two, but I think Marcus will win. So I'm going to say 4-2 Marcus. Obson33 asked if I talked about the fatal 4-round robin. Yeah, I did. I think Mike Aiello is going to win it. I put money where my mouth is. I actually bet on that by Devin's arm bet. I think Chancellor's wrist sucks, but he'll come second. Chancellor will get through Jordan Seal because Jordan Seal is going to try to hold on, and that's Chance's ace. And Chance is really strong. Back pressure pronation. If you hold on to him, he'll bulldoze you. So Jordan Seal's fighting a really difficult battle, but I think he'll put some bullets into the Chance as well. But Chance will get through that. Mike beat Don Underwood fairly comfortably last time they faced, so I think he'll do it again. And as a result, Mike's got a long arm. I think Mike's height. I think Mike will be smart. I don't think Mike will give Chance what he wants. I think Mike will control center. Mike will stay high, and I think Mike will take control of Chance's wrist. Like I said, Chance's wrist sucks. When I pulled him, go back and watch it again. Yes, the strap was shitty. Yes, the strap was the old non-Ferro strap, which gave a significant advantage to every time someone had the buckle. Or the non-buckle side, sorry. But have a look at Chance's wrist outside of straps. Every time, first round he slips under. Second round he slips more under. Third round he slips really under. Fourth round he goes to slip and I grab his fingers and he can't hold on and he pulls through. And it just gets. And then he started asking for the strap straight away. Can I have the strap? Can I have the strap? And I'm like, no, you can't have the strap. You got to earn the damn strap. His wrist rise sucks. He fatigues really badly on his wrist rise. Michael win. If Sam sets his king's hook, can Marcus pull through it? Yes, you can. Marcus is too strong. I don't think Sam wants to go into the king's hook. Not against Marcus. Marcus will throw him off the table, even if he's in that king's hook. Marcus won't do it technically. Marcus will just go sideways. Coles or Woolworths pikelets? Coles. Would you pull Derek Smith at 6'8"? How do you think you'd do? If Derek Smith wasn't on gear, I'd pull him. But at a geared up 6'8" Derek, it'd be kind of crazy for me to say right now that I think I could take him. But crazier things have happened. I'm about to take on Mateo Rangi Heta Morris, and he's 100. He's the same weight as Derek Smith, so he's 165 kilos. So, yeah. Apparently, Matt Tickle Limits Larrett says apparently Chance has only been working his cup and back pressure rising. He's been doing no pronation work or anything and he's 295. Well, that's good, Matt Tickle Limits Larrett. He said that is his weakness. Undoubtedly, his wrist rise is his weakness. As soon as I identified that, I knew I was going to win the match when I faced him. So if he's fixed that problem, it gets interesting. But, you know, people's problems tend to stay their problems for a while. People think they've fixed it, but Mike's ability to protect his wrist and height has always been monstrous. I don't think, and given the length of Mike's arm, Chance's arm's not that long. Chance's a pretty short guy for a super heavyweight. I think I was taller than him. So, I think that Chance's, despite that, he's going to struggle. Tony Walker asked Ryan if you could pull anyone who would, if you could pull anyone, who would you love to for experience? Two answers. Training and competition. In training, I'd love to go to Bulgaria. I'd love to pull with Krassi and Sasha and Jordan Sonev. I'd love to spend some time with those guys in a training sense. In a ready-go sense, if I could have a match with anyone ready to go, and it was anyone right now. Well, king of the table of us for Schoolboy, but like Schoolboy for me is there's ulterior motives there. Obviously, there's marketing, there's the business side of things. Defeating Schoolboy pumps up the YouTube channel and all that sort of stuff. So there was that. But as a pure, we were talking pure arm wrestling. It's not Schoolboy. Although I have lots of respect for him, he doesn't have as much credibility in the arm wrestling world as the guys I would like to target. I would like to pull someone like, man, there's chapters and there's steps on the ladder that I've got to go through before I get to the guys that I really want to pull. But I think someone like, what's his name? He's from Ukraine. He won the 2018 Zloty. What's his name? He's got tattoos all over his arms. Help me out here, YouTube. Help me out. I'm looking at your comments. His stats name is B. Maybe. Ukraine, 90 kilos. Yep, Ukraine, 90 kilos. Not Justin Bieber. He won the Zloty in 2018. Ukraine. In 2019, he pulled... No, not Oli Petrenko. Petrenko won it in 2019. 2018. And then in 2019, this guy went down to the 86 kilo class and he hurt himself pulling Dan Mosier. Not Bozidar. Bozidar's the guy that we just saw pull. Come on, help me. He's big on Instagram. He's got tattoos all over his arm. He's kind of a good looking dude. No one knows. No one knows. Anyway, when someone works it out, let me know. In the meantime, I'll answer another question. Sorry, I should know, but I can see him. I just had a blank. Well, there's a lot of names coming through now. No one's said it. I can't go and look at my Instagram. If I could go to my Instagram, I would find it. It's not Prudnik. He's way too good. Come on, someone say it. Ukrainian. He pulled 86 kilos in 2019. He walks around at like 95 kilos. He's got tattoos all over his arms. He's got short back and sides hair. In 2019, he was kind of somewhat dating Sarah Backman. Not Alianenkov. Yeah, there it is. Bohdan Ivanenko. Thank you, YouTube. A bunch of you guys got it. Mazel Jador, one of them. Left hand stand, Anthony, another one. Bohdan, yeah. Bohdan Ivanenko. That's an example of someone I would like to pull. He's got credibility in Eastern Europe. He's got runs on the board. He walks around at 95 kilos. I would like to pull him. That's an example of someone that is at the level where I believe I'm at, and I believe I'm potentially a little bit above that. But I just want to prove it. So, Bohdan, yeah. If I could pull anyone, that's who it would be. What's my weight right now? 99.5 kilos. Foster's VB or 4X. They're all bad. Don't like beers like that. But 4X. Blue, what's your real middle name? Thomas. Do I have a weight goal? No weight goal. Just get as strong as I can. and we'll just see where weight goes. Yeah. We'll see where I get to. I think I'm going to end up around 110. 110, I feel, to be honest, is going to be about the weight that I'll end up at. I think that's a weight that I'm just short of 6'2". Yeah, travel restrictions in Australia are still a pain in the ass, so it's all difficult. But just short of 6'2". I'm now running a protocol that's going to see me put on weight consistently, so we'll see where things go. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here. I appreciate all of the good questions today, especially all the Super Chat questions. Thank you so much, Daniel. We had a bunch. Daniel Ulrich, send me your email, man. I'll fix you up. Matt Tickleman Limits, Larrett, and everyone else who did the Super Chats. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. Guys, tomorrow I'll be pulling with Lachlan again. We'll see what the progress update is. Like I said, now that I'm 2 weeks into this protocol, every week that I pull with Lachlan, I'm going to be very closely assessing the gap. Am I closing in on him? I don't know. I'm excited every week to feel again. Last time when I pulled with Lachlan, my elbows hurt like I was a newcomer. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I believe that was because the force output had gone up and my tendons weren't conditioned to it. But every week's a new week now that I'm on the protocol. So we'll see. Tomorrow we'll find out. Have I closed the gap a little more? Something tells me it's always going to be a little bit closer. Can I get him? We'll see. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. So tune in tomorrow from myself and Lachlan. And in the meantime, yeah, take it easy.